Hello, everyone. Okay, so I'm here to talk about my daughter's results. Super excited. I did mine back in May of 2017, and I was shocked with quite a few things. I did a lot of research. I learned a lot of history, found out a lot of different stuff. So I was curious about my daughter and my son. I'm going to do my son next year, but I did hers and I'm pretty excited about it. So if you haven't seen my video of my results, you can go back to my page and look. I think it's says Jamaican Chinese. I made two videos, one with Ancestry and the other one with like WeGene and DNA Land. So anyway, I'm gonna go right into it. These are my daughter's results. Now I'm going to go from the least amount of DNA to the most in her thing. I will say this. I don't like how ancestry breakdown is now. Like I like it before where I could say, "Oh, I'm 65% African," which I am. So, I don't really like how they did this. I had to do the math in my head. So, I'm going to do it the way I like it. So, she is 1% Native American, really less than 1%, but I'm going to call it 1%. She's 1% Polynesian. Again, really less than 1%, but I'm going to call it 1%. The Polynesian, I have that in me. I was 2%, so she got that. She is also 5% Asia Central, which is like all the stands like Uzbekistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, all those areas, the stands. She's 5% of that. She is 7% Asia East, which is the Chinese. I was 16%, so makes complete sense that she's 7%. She's 9% European, and that breakdown is it's all low confidence regions. 3% Ireland, Scotland, Wales. 2% Finland, Northwest Russia. 2% Europe West. 1%, well, less than 1% Scandinavia, and less than 1% Iberian Peninsula, and less than 1% Great Britain. So some of these she kind of got from me, and obviously some of them she probably got from her father. All right, so that was 9%. Africa, she is 77% African. Now, it's not surprising that she was more African than me because her father is black, right? But there's one region in Africa that was really shocking to me. So I'll go from, again, the least to the most. So in Africa, she was 1% Benin Togo, 1% Africa North, 1% Cameroon Congo, which is kind of shocking that her percentage was so low. Mine wasn't that high, but my two parents had a high percentage. But again, she's taking DNA from her father as well. 2% Africa South Central hunter-gatherers, 2% Senegal, Ivory Coast, Ghana, 26%, and Nigeria, 43%. That was a shocker. 43%. I was like, wow, that is almost half of her DNA. She can literally claim and say she is Nigerian. Like, that is amazing to me. And when I actually click on it, it says, you know how they give you a range. So they were like, it's a range between 29% to 56%. So, but they gave her 43%, which is crazy to me. Like, that was a shocker for me. 43% Nigerian. So her total again was 77% African. Once again, I'm pretty sure most of that is coming from her father's side. Now, my two highest regions in Africa was Ivory Coast, Ghana, just like my daughter, and Nigeria. But mines were 23% Ivory Coast, Ghana, and 22% Nigeria. I'm going off the memory. So it's so interesting just to see like what your kids take from you. So it's pretty cool. Of course, you know, the migration is also African Caribbeans. Her father's also from her father's family's from the Caribbean as well. So it makes complete sense. But again, for me, the biggest takeaway from this was the Nigeria, 43%. So in coming days, I'm probably just upload it all to Weegene, not Weegene, because Weegene is not that great, and she doesn't have that much Asia East to even worry about that. But like DNA Land, GEDmatch, and all that stuff, I will upload her DNA to that. But I just wanted to share you guys that with me, and I'm excited. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed, beautiful, wonderful day.